Hi, and welcome back to the Ascension Playground. My name is Ursie, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about the magic of this weekend. By the time you hear this, this weekend may have already passed, but it is now April 30th, and tomorrow is May 1st, May Day. So I wanted to introduce you to something that I enjoy so much. In fact, there's a book on it. So I've gone to my massive bookshelf and I want to talk a little bit about what's called the Sabian Symbols. Sabian Symbols. This is something that if you study the language of astrology and you go way back in time, in China, thousands of years ago, in Western astrology, not as far back, but sometimes you start seeing and hearing the narrative in astrology that isn't always up to par with where you're at on the timeline. What am I saying? I'm saying I'm an artist and I enjoy stories that give a picture so I can understand, what are you talking about? Show me a picture. So with that in mind, the Sabian symbols came about in 1925. It was channeled information where an astrologer named Marc Edmund Jones in 1925 went to a park in downtown San Diego, California, Balboa Park to be specific, and he and a woman named Miss Elsie Wheeler. Elsie was an astrologer herself as well, and she had studied the metaphysics of signs and symbols, and she had it on her heart to also expand and update the vocabulary for a light language called astrology. Basically, astro, understanding our place in the cosmos and the stars, but then bringing it down to earth. Okay, so in one day, and I mean one day, she channeled with Marc's help, Marc Edmund Jones writing down things that came through her, basically 360 degrees of this full zodiac from Aries to Pisces. So every single degree she channeled an image. And that's what we know today to be what's called the Sabian symbols. Okay, so I don't want to lose you, but can you imagine in one day sitting in Balboa Park, San Diego, and I'm from San Diego, so I know Balboa Park well. It has tall eucalyptus trees. There's a nice energy there. It sits in a historic part of San Diego. So I'm imagining there was some sacred earth where the old mission is as well in San Diego that helps support the connection for the channeling of these Sabian symbols. Now the book I want to share with you, and let me see if I can get my screen sharing going here. Okay, the book that I have earmarked, underscored, etc. Here it is, the Sabian Symbols as an Oracle, and this wonderful romantic picture on the cover by none other than Lynda Hill. Lynda with a Y, Lynda Hill. And in this, you can see all my notes. You can look up your astrological, let's say where your sun sign was. And let's say if you're a 10-degree, 20-minute Virgo, with the symbols you take and round up. So a 10-degree Virgo sun with 11 minutes, you have to round up to 11 degrees Virgo. So here's an example. Today is April 30th, 2022. The sun and the moon right now during this partial solar eclipse. I just done a little moon shadow music dance with Cat Stevens in just a recent airing today. So today when you look astrologically, the sun is sitting in 10-degree Taurus, but it has extra degrees on it. So you have to round up, and you go into the book and you read about 11 Taurus. All right, so for every degree in the zodiac, there is a message that can come. So I wanted to find out on this very auspicious day April 30th, 2022. What is happening? Because there's always alignments and there's a lot of chatter. What's going on? So in my wheelhouse, I love sharing pictures, stories, and symbols. And in this case, the Sabian symbol is sharing this message for this special day. And here it is. As we read about what a symbol is, we have to read from the lens of the non-literal and more metaphoric, more suggestive, almost like if you're in a dream and you're seeing things, but you know it's not always about what you're seeing and feeling, it's more about a deeper symbolic message. So let's see what might come up today. The message for Taurus 11 for our moon and sun is the image of a woman sprinkling long rows of flowers. A woman sprinkling long rows of flowers. I'm going to stop sharing for a moment. My puppies are like, oh, yeah, what's outside? So in this energy, if you're sitting and meditating, wonderful. But if you're like me, trying to find what picture am I to hold in this energy, I turn to the Sabian Symbol book by Lynda Hill. Okay, let me go a little further into what she's saying. This is a lovely picture of the rewards that come from tending a garden and being responsive to its needs. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen again, so in case some of you like to read along. Here we go. Yes. A lovely picture of the rewards that come from tending a garden and being responsive to its needs. Here we are. This can take perseverance and can really be hard work, as there are weeds or unwanted elements to keep an eye out for. Tending to the, quote, flowers gives the woman time to pause for a moment and breathe in the beauty of nature and her place in it. She can relax into nature and enjoy the moment. A lot of the hard work is finished and her garden has now come into bloom. Oh, doesn't that feel good? Then there's an oracle reading. I'll just read a little bit, but if you'll bear with me, here we go. This symbol speaks of the need to take time to nurture the physical self, our body. Along with smaller, less able things that need care, your body needs water, sustenance, and nourishment too. Hence, there may be a need to pay attention to what your body is telling you. Drinking plenty of water and nourishing yourself with good food is part of this. The mind needs to take a rest. The body needs to be allowed to come to bloom and bask a little in the sunlight. Now is the time to enjoy the fruits of one's work. I'm going to pause there. Oh, doesn't that feel good? Just allow the body to be at rest. Oh, deep breath. Lynda Hill's book then moves into keywords. There are some keywords to consider for today and the energy into tomorrow, May 1st. Interesting, May Day, right? And a woman sprinkling long rows of flowers. Here the keywords are having patience and care, nurture and fertilize creativity, the tree of life, using flower essences. Oh, I like this last one. Sprinkling love and sustenance. And with every oracle message, there is a caution. And the caution here for all of us on the planet, beware giving superficial attention just to keep up appearances. Neglect of things once they have been established. Giving up on projects halfway through. Okay, so when I sit with those messages, a woman sprinkling long rows of flowers. Thank you, Lynda Hill. Reminds me of going back to Mother Nature, to the earth. And we can say all we want about the heady things about icebergs melting, global warming, blah, blah, blah. Yes, that that is a narrative. But today, in this very auspicious day, could be about allow each individual to tune into our body's wisdom. You know, growing up in America, sometimes we're so busy feeding our mind to get through school, get through college, get the best paying job, keep competing, amass fortune, support a family. It's all in the mind. But there's this other whole body structure and system that I think today is calling out to say, are you in need of a personal retreat? Does your body want restoration? Can you continue to keep going, while maybe there's a certain part that's not working and you're ignoring it, or you're trying to band-aid it? And I'm talking to myself, believe me. And so from a pictorial perspective, this Sabian symbol, thank you, Miss Elsie, for bringing this through. A woman watering long rows of flowers. Can you just for a moment imagine the flowers? What kind are they? What colors? Can you see the bees and the butterflies? Can you feel the sunlight? And you've got your watering can, and you're giving back to Mother Earth to allow more blooming. Yes, puppies, we hear you. To connect with all in nature, the plants, the animals, and our bodies. Thank you so much for listening. I pray that your day is blessed with light, and each of us on our path, may we remember with this oracular message to tend to our internal garden, allow ourselves the fragrance of being alive, because when we come to the end, and we will all come to a particular end physically in the body, what are you going to remember most? Are you going to remember breathing in that salty ocean air? Are you going to remember taking time out to enjoy the garden that you planted? I think I'm going to go do just that. So thank you for listening, and hope to see you next time on the Ascension Playground. Bye for now.